Hello, it's Friday, July 3rd. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 12 of What's Happening in Myanmar, a show from the Frontier Myanmar podcast family. I'm your host, Nick Dunlop. This week in Myanmar, resistance infighting deepened, the Arakan Army advanced while launching its own bank, junta leader Aung Hlaing visited ASEAN allies, the controversial Mid-Zone Dam project resurfaced, and a PDF group executed a woman accused of being an informant. Last Friday, in Sagaing region, a commander of the Inmabin District People's Defense Force, Palay Maung, was shot dead during a meeting. The alleged killer was a personal assistant to the district's top PDF commander, Swan Tu Maung. The alleged assassin posted a video on Facebook claiming Commander Palay Maung had paid him 500 million chats, over $110,000, to kill his own superior, Swan Tu Maung, whom Palay Maung accused of betraying the revolution. In a twist, the assistant said he killed Palay Maung instead. Swan Tu Maung himself confirmed this plot to local media, stating the assassin told him he did what had to be done. The National Unity Government's Defense Ministry then arrested Swan Tu Maung, sending him to an upper region command post. Meanwhile, Palay Maung's battalion accused the killer and his backers of spreading a fabricated story to tarnish their commander's reputation. This internal chaos was immediately exploited by the junta, which arrested a group of Swan Tu Maung's fighters and launched an airstrike on one of their camps. Fractures within the resistance exploded into the open on Tuesday in Monywa township. The NUG-affiliated PDF raided 3 camps of the NUG's own police force, the People's Security Force. The PSF leader, Aku, and 2 of his aides were killed. 3 civilians were also killed, including a customer at a nearby shop who was hit by stray bullets. A PSF member called it an ugly development among revolutionary organizations. The violence prompted an emergency meeting of the National Unity Consultative Council, a broad coalition of resistance groups to address escalating conflicts within the resistance. On Wednesday, the NUG's Deputy Home Affairs Minister, Jo Ni, condemned the attack, saying it was not authorized and the PDF members had acted beyond their jurisdiction. The NUG also formed a tribunal to investigate the assassination in Inmabin and suspended the district's PDF commander. After more than 10 years of award-winning journalism, we at Frontier are fighting for our survival. The grants that once supported 2/3 of our operations are no longer available. Despite this, our journalists continue their difficult and dangerous work, but with decreasing resources. Please encourage friends and colleagues to join Frontier so we can continue producing our trademark features, in-depth investigations, and on-the-ground reporting. By joining Frontier, you'll be supporting us to tell the stories that matter and to cut through the noise and reveal what's really happening in Myanmar. Please click the link in the podcast show notes to join us. Thank you. The Arakan Army announced it had captured 3 key regime outposts in Irrawaddy region, near the Rakhine state border, after a failed junta counter-offensive. They released images showing a massive haul of seized firearms, drones, as well as the bodies of regime soldiers. The AA's offensive continues to put immense pressure on the military. Further north, the regime scrambled to send reinforcements to a hilltop base in Monywa region, as the AA's forces advanced along key roads. Heavy fighting has also been reported near the strategic Tongmonji naval base in Rakhine's Chaopu township, where the AA said at least 4 regime soldiers surrendered in recent weeks. The human cost of this conflict is heavy. In just 1 week, airstrikes by the junta killed over a dozen civilians, including children as young as 7 in villages across Sagaing and Monywa regions and Chin State. These attacks often occurred in areas with no active fighting, a pattern of violence that has become commonplace. The United Nations now estimates that 5.4 million people have been forcibly displaced from their homes in Myanmar. The NUG-affiliated Napmau PDF has come under fire for executing a woman it accused of being a junta informant. The woman's son, who lives abroad, took to social media to denounce the killing, stating his mother was shot without evidence. The PDF has defended its actions, claiming the woman had good relations with the military and even tipped them off, leading to a fatal drone strike on a village in April that killed a 6-year-old child. This directly contradicts the National Unity Government's own Code of Conduct issued last year, which explicitly prohibits its troops from killing informants because they are considered civilians. While the resistance grapples with its internal problems, Min Aung Hlaing arrived in Laos today. The trip marks his first visit to an ASEAN member state since being appointed president in April. The trip is a clear diplomatic push by the regime to normalize relations within the region. He is set to meet with the Lao President, Prime Minister, and the head of the National Assembly to discuss economic and cultural cooperation. This visit follows high-profile meetings with the leaders of China and India last month, part of a concerted effort by the junta to build international alliances. During a press conference, regime spokesperson Kang So revealed that Min Aung Hlaing had discussed the possible resumption of the controversial Mid-Zone Dam project in Kachin State with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The spokesperson framed the massive dam as critical for Myanmar's energy needs, claiming it could generate over 5,000 megawatts of power. The project was suspended in 2011 by the Thein Sein administration, following massive local and international opposition over its environmental impact and displacement of communities. The Arakan Army announced it is establishing a formal banking system in Rakhine State, actively hiring staff for new branches to replace the financial institutions that have been shuttered since its offensive in the state began in late 2023. Residents in Rakhine have been struggling with severe cash shortages and exorbitant transaction fees, with some agents charging up to 6,000 chats to withdraw 100,000 chats. Meanwhile, the AA's governance is facing scrutiny. A BBC Burmese investigation revealed that AA's leader, Tom Myat Naing, has appointed a circle of relatives and close confidants to top positions in the group. His father-in-law now heads the powerful Merchants Association, which controls all imports and exports in Rakhine, while his brothers oversee humanitarian aid and the technology department, and his uncle serves as the police chief. The Merchant Association, led by the AA leader's father-in-law, has drawn criticism for imposing what one local business person called exorbitant taxes that are stifling trade. The Armed Conflict Location and Event Data Project said over 100,000 people have been killed in Myanmar's civil war since the 2021 coup. The group has classified Myanmar as the most fragmented conflict, with over 1,200 armed groups fighting. The United Nations estimates that 3.8 million people are internally displaced, with another 1.6 million having fled the country. And that's the latest from Myanmar for this week. I'll be back next week to bring you a roundup of all the stories making the headlines on Friday, July the 10th.